Hey loungers, Cole's here. Today I'm going to go through Santa, Leprechaun, Pumpkin Shade, and Dragon Empress as part of the new event in Heroes vs. Hordes. This is what I call the Farming Hero event. It was my favorite event and the first one I spent big bucks on last year. For $100, you can guarantee yourself Santa and a bunch of other heroes that are great for farming in their niche categories. Farming is the most time-intensive part of Heroes vs. Hordes. And these heroes can save you literal days of gameplay. You'll use them so much, you'll actually come to hate them, as I have with Santa. He started off as my favorite hero, and I've seen his butt so much now that I can barely stand to see it anymore. However, that's what you want. These heroes are so strong, you need to use them as often as you can, and I think this is one of the best events to spend some cold hard cash. And I'm Cole's a high-level HVH player. If you like this content, please subscribe, or check out my Patreon, where you can get early access to these videos and a chance to win a monthly drawing for HVH content. Alright, let's hop into it. First off is my favorite hero, Santa Claus. Santa is great for two reasons. The first is that his level progression adds an increase to coin chance, which means you'll get more coins at the end of the run. The second is because he gives an increase to gold key chance. He's the only hero in the game with an increase to gold key chance, and that's massively important. Each 1% increase in gold key chance is like a 6% increase in silver key chance. And without him, you're going to be down 11% in gold key chance. That's over half a silver key per run. And when you're doing thousands and thousands of runs, every little chance helps. So where do you get that gold key chance? There's three sources. The first is his 3-star forge. You're going to need 3,500 super tokens or Santa tokens in order to unlock it. That can take a while. So I recommend in this event, if you unlock Santa, you use all the currency to go into those forge tokens. The second place you get gold key chance is his level 90 global. This gives a 1% gold key chance to everyone in the special faction. And the third place he gets gold key chance is level 140, which means that you need to get him up to 4 stars. Luckily, because of a glitch, I think when they first released Santa, you got 375 hero shards. And they never took that glitch away. So you still get those hero shards when you get Santa, which is awesome. You automatically get him up to 3 stars. To get him to 4 stars, that means you're going to need 75 more hero shards. You need to get those hero shards as fast as you can, because getting that extra 5% at 140 is huge. Doing the quick math, if you get all of your talents all the way skilled up, you'll have a 15% chance of getting a gold key at the end of a run. Going from 15 percentage points to 26 percentage points is like a 73% increase in your gold key chance. And now let's say you're at full mythic gear, so you have all yellows, and you want to get to full heroic gear, all powder blues. Using the HVH tool calculator, that would take you something like 6,716 runs. That's a long ass time. But if you get Santa, you're down to only 5,221 runs. 6,716, 5,221, that's 1,500 runs saved. Put into time, that's 22,500 minutes, 375 hours, or 15.625 days. So if you want to know how to measure a Santa, it's in time. Quickly, for Santa's level progression, because people ask this a lot, not knowing what it is, the 20% chance to Lucky Wheel is actual garbage. It's only for one event, the Lucky Wheel, and that's like the Easter event from this year, where you have to break things on the battlefield in order to collect items that will eventually allow you to spin a wheel. So you can ignore in this cable where it says a greater chance of finding items, because you're not really ever going to use that. The other thing is, his skills that give a bonus during December are godlike. So for December, you want to make sure that you have that skill leveled up as high as you can. That extra percentage, as I talked about earlier with this gold key chance, is huge, and for all of those other resources, it's also incredibly valuable. But if you've already done that whole grind like a mad person without Santa Claus, then you're looking to farm other things, and that's where the other heroes in this event come into play. For Leprechaun, while his forge and some of his level progression increase the number of coins you get at the end of the run, the big thing with him is his skill and his ultimate that turn horde into money. Well, gold coins. His level 40 skill, Pot of Gold, has a 30% chance to turn hordes into gold coins. And that works across all modes and isn't impacted by instant kill, which means that you can go and farm in hard mode to your heart's content turning Horde into gold coins. His ultimate creates a giant lucky pot of gold that sucks in all the Horde around it and turns them into gold at the same 30% clip. That combination allows you to turn a whole bunch of Horde into gold coins if you can optimize for hitting them with these two skills. That gives Leprechaun a unique build that no other hero in the game has. And while I don't remember the OG that originally created the build, I know that Wisdom has a variant and there's a variant that I personally run. So while I haven't come up with this build, I will walk you through how it works. The key is to let your skills do all the work and do as little damage as possible otherwise. That means you're going in without a main pet and you're putting your other passive pets as just additional snails for more HP. So for gear, I'm going as much noble as I can, but then 2 knight pieces for some extra defense. I want to try and hit 90% damage reduction in the stat screen with armor tome. And then in the run, you want to do as little damage as possible, allowing your skills and your ultimate to clear out all the Horde. This means you take weapons that do as little damage as possible. Dragon's Breath, Arcane Staff, Ice Wand, and Divine Aura. You pair that up with Regeneration Tome, Armor Tome, Coin Tome, XP Tome, and Evasion Tome. That way, you're not evolving any weapons, getting you more coins from not having to evolve them. And you'll basically survive through anything the Horde throw at you, except for packs of like 5 or 6 elites. So that means you're just trying to run the highest level of hard mode that you can without dying. And what you want to do is let the Horde clump around you as much as you possibly can, and then literally just flip Leprechaun back and forth so that Pot of Gold is hitting one way and you're not clearing out any Horde with Rainbow Staff, while Pot of Gold is doing its thing, and you flip back and forth. This means you actually want to play actively in order to maximize the number of coins that you get. The difference in coins between playing it on auto mode and actually engaging is pretty substantial. And so I like to run this if I'm bored and I have 15 minutes of my time in order to actually control Leprechaun throughout the whole run. Additionally, you do need to pay attention during Coin Rush. Because you get more coins during the last minute of Coin Rush, you want to clear out as many Horde as you can through the first 4 minutes, but not collect the additional coins Leprechaun makes until the last minute. So as a point of reference, I get about 25 to 30 million coins farming hard mode 140 with Santa on auto mode. When I actively engage with Leprechaun doing this on 390, I get something more like 80 million coins, and that's without using coin jewels. With Leprechaun, you typically want to run all coin jewels because of this skill. One thing to keep in mind between Leprechaun and Santa is you don't really need their forge. Santa in particular, once you hit heroic gear, he actually becomes pretty worthless, so you don't want to invest in their forge beyond their globals at level 3, at least for me personally. The one thing you could think about is if you got Santa really early in your grind in HVH, you could push him all the way up to his 5-star forge, because that'll let you progress with Santa through more chapters and let you farm higher levels of hard mode later in the game, netting you more hero orbs and dust. Again, you have to weigh out the value of 5,000 super tokens, and I don't really know exactly where that lies. Okay, on to the third hero from this event, Pumpkin Shade. Pumpkin Shade has only one value in the game, his level 90 special faction bonus that increases your hero orbs by 50%. That is not a typo, I checked. Freywood said they meant to write 50% increase in hero orbs. That is huge! Hero orbs have become tremendously more valuable as the game has evolved. That 50% increase in hero orbs makes somebody like Santa, Barbarian, or Leprechaun into even more giant farmers. It's hard to understate how big of an increase 50% is. His globals are actually potentially the best in the game just for that one. That's how valuable it is to late game players. That said, he's actually not a good hero otherwise, and so you're only getting him for that global. Which is actually a kind of an interesting concept. These heroes are worth talking about and making a whole video for because they have an identity. A lot of the heroes in HVH, particularly in that run of like really crappy adventure heroes, had no identity. They didn't do anything interesting, they didn't have any interesting globals. It made no sense why they existed. But for heroes like Santa and Leprechaun and Pumpkin Shade, they have a clear identity. One's for key farming, one's for coin farming, one's for hero orb farming. And I think that HVH should lean into that more and find heroes with unique purposes. And that's it. Oh wait, and then there's Dragon Empress, who you don't really need. She's just a shelf hero with some nice coin bonuses. Okay, so now that's it. That's a walkthrough of Santa, Leprechaun, and Pumpkin Shade, and why this event is one of the ones that I actually recommend worth spending on if you're gonna play HVH for over a year. The dramatic time save of getting heroes like Leprechaun, Pumpkin Shade, and Santa can't be overstated. And if you manage to get all 3 and get incredibly lucky like I did last year, it'll save you hours and days of your life. And if you think that saving hours and days of your life is worth it, then subscribe. Or follow me on Patreon, where you can be entered into monthly drawings for HVH content, like the Daily Gem Pass or Hero Pass. You can also become an executive producer. The executive producers of this video are Cake Invictus, Riverwind, Lulava, Krabs, Charlos, Jason, Dennis, and Lady Ikaika. Thank you all so much for your support, and remember, always do your adventures! Hopefully you guys could see, but this is the French countryside. Pretty nice.